We going live?
No, we're recording for this one. I know
Let's
you
go.
want
Let's
to
go.
But
Greg is ready.
Greg is always ready, man. I love it. I love it. This is yet another meeting of the epic Grateful Brothers, man. We don't have our pizza with us, and we don't have our weapons, but we can still say cowabunga anyway, man. If you joining us right now, you are looking at the GFB, aka the Ninja Turtles. We're just four brothers that met on one fateful occasion, and our paths have been linked ever since. And we're doing big things, and we're even greater when we come together. Yeah, man, I'm kicking this thing off. Let's start with a little word of prayer, because it's always good to bring the Most High into this. Let's do it. Dear Heavenly Father, glory and praise to your name. I give you praise and thanks for everything you're doing in our lives right now.
Mm-hmm.
All of our blessings, anything that we have, anything that we've accomplished, all glory goes to you, because you know where we are. You know how we are. You created us to come together, especially at a time just like this, so we can help not only ourselves, help each other, but help other people who are looking for a little bit of rays of sunshine in their life, and how we can show them how being grateful and having leisurely talks just like this can make a world of difference and impact in their lives. I ask that you bless everyone here, everyone's family, and bless all of our businesses collectively, so that in the end, you continue to get the praise, honor, and glory that you are justly due. In the name of your son, I pray. Amen.
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 Yes, sir, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and kick it around for as far as the gratitude is concerned. I think I will go last on this one. If anybody wants to jump in first, I got something pretty big I'm grateful for.
You know,
Who's gonna be first?
yeah, I stay ready, so I don't have to get ready.
Hey, come
I'm
on
Let's
with
go.
gonna just counter your "What are you grateful for?" with this question.
it. Okay.
What is there not to be grateful for?
Oh,
Like, we don't know enough to know whether something's truly good or bad. And if Romans 8:28 is true, which it's in the word, so it must be true, then all things come together for the greater good for those who are love God and are called according to his purpose. So, job no job, house no house, car no car, money no money, God is still good. Yeah. And I'm grateful that he allows us to grow at a rate that will survive the transformation. If I got everything I prayed for immediately, I probably wouldn't be the kind of person that could handle it. And so he has to take me through this pruning season, through this season of trials and tribulations, to see if I'm even going to be still proclaiming his name like I say I do, right? Like, am I going to be about it when that struggle comes, or am I going to jump ship? So if I'm carrying this name of the Lord with me, am I ready for all the battles that come with that? Am I ready for the persecution that comes with that? And so I'm grateful for whatever the heck this season is I'm going through, because it's making me a different person. It's making me level up, like I'm trying to help others level up.
my man.
And yeah, I'm grateful my daughter survived this accident. I mean, it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
She's home now. She just got home today. She can't walk yet. There's some damage, but she's not paralyzed. Like, there's always silver lining in everything.
Yeah.
And I don't know where this is going. I don't know what God's doing, but I trust him. I love him. And I'm just grateful I get to sit here with y'all with breath in my lungs to talk about what I'm grateful for. And another thing I'll say is I'm grateful for y'all. Y'all have been there for me, even when I've not been there for myself, even when I've been a little turd. And what else can you ask for?
Wow.
I think Rod need to go ahead and pass the Reverend robes over to Greg today, man. But you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you taking me to church real quick, Greg. That's what's up, man. And I'm also glad your daughter's doing well, man. Sincerely.
For sure. For sure. Go ahead, John. You got this, man.
Me? Okay. Yeah. Okay. There's too much to name. So the first thing that I'm going to say is, collectively, us four, I am overwhelmingly grateful for the fact that we are aware of where we are, what the things are, and how they can and will affect our lives. And for me, so for example, Greg, everything you just said, in order for you you have to be in a certain place in your life to be able to express everything you did,
Mm.
right? Because if you don't know, you don't know, and you do. So that's great, you know. I'm so grateful for you brothers as well. I'm grateful for my family. Had a chance to be with my grandbaby yesterday. Um, Businesses, wow, like I never imagined that I would be at the place that I am right now, this crossroad, if you would, right? Establishing um my third line of business per se, and just there's so many big things going on, relationship wise, things that are flourishing and being fostered right now as we speak is just has me has my breath taken, so to speak. I don't know what the term is, but yeah, there's too much to be grateful for. But yeah, but I'm here, and yeah, I wouldn't be anywhere else. That's why I rushed home. I was like, no, I can't miss it again.
Nice.
All right, we
So
had to prioritize the turtles getting together. I love it.
mhm.
Yeah, good stuff, man. So since Brad said he's going last, I'll jump in. First and foremost, I'm with you guys. Way too much to be grateful for, but since you already said that, I'm gonna go a different route and talk about the stuff that people typically aren't grateful for.
Mm.
I'm grateful for the hard times that I've had this week. Like when
Mhm.
I'm in it, it doesn't feel like something I should be grateful for. When I'm worried and stuck and anxious and in pain and frustrated and mad, even in those moments, I take a moment and I'm like, why am I tripping about this? It's okay. It's going, you know what I mean? Like, and so I'm grateful for the aspect of being able to step outside of myself in that moment and go, you know what? Like, think about how good your life is compared to what it
Mhm.
could be, compared to what this person you saw on the street, like I'm able to step outside of that moment in the middle of the pain and think from that perspective. So I'm grateful for those hardships that stretch me and try
Mhm.
me and deepen my faith and allow me to depend on God once again, because we all have moments where we get on our high horse. Like
Mhm.
money might be flowing, business might be flowing, jobs, relationships, whatever. We might be at the height of our little life, right? And
Mhm.
then we forget about God in that moment. Like, why are we worried about praying to God when things are great? You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I'm thankful for the not so great times because it reminds me like how good I actually have it.
Mm.
So that's
I
what I'm.
love that. I love that.
Mm.
Rod, I just want to say that's the point right there. Awareness. Because if you didn't have the awareness, you wouldn't express that.
Not at all.
So I love it. I'm
Yeah.
with it. I'm with it.
Yeah.
And to add to a layer of that, because I know
Let's go.
Brad's about to drop something big. He's just been holding it in. That awareness, that's all our existence is. What are we focused on? What are we aware of the most? That's what we're going to get. I've seen both sides. When I'm aware of my problems and how big they are as opposed to how big my God is, I will have more problems. I will see nothing but problems and I won't see a solution. When I'm aware of how big my God is and all he has already done and all he can do and all he will do and all he is, all that he is, I will see more of that. I will find more solutions. And that's why this is so important. Just for us to be here and show up. That's why I asked, are we going live? People need to see this live.
Mhm.
They need to experience this. Go ahead, Brad.
Let's go.
I am flabbergasted by the segue. Rod going right before me and saying specifically what he said was the perfect segue to why I'm grateful right now. We all talked about the awareness. And John brought it home. That's the key. That is a major problem for a lot of people because just like what Greg said, sometimes we're only aware of the bad and not the good. And it flip-flops back and forth. But just this month, even going back towards the beginning of the summer, when it was dropped in my spirit that storytelling would be a viable avenue to teach better communication skills. Not only that, but to empower and unleash a confidence within people is done by this method. Just by the fact that we are aware of the good in spite of the bad is a pivotal skill that even now we're still developing. And it only gets tested more and more as we progress through this life, especially within business. And thus our faith grows. But this is the key. When you look at your life as a story, then as soon as there is a mishap, as soon as there is a disappointment or some event that is outside of your control that hits you like a Mack truck, you have the option to look at it and complain and whine and cry like we usually are accustomed to doing, and we see so many other people doing. But instead of looking at it like that, we can look at it like, oh, there's a twist in my story. Things are about to get up. How many movies have you watched to where the protagonist has been on the ropes? If Apollo didn't die, would Rocky even fight Drago?
Come on.
Would he be pushed to go into the Alps, into Alaska to train by himself to get ready for the fight of his life? Think about these movies that we watch. You think about the Ninja Turtles. I think about the very first one, which came out, and I remember when Raphael got separated from everybody else, and they were trying to look for him, and he got jumped. But then they went out and they collaborated together to rescue him, bring him back, and then they came together and they ended up defeating the enemy at the end, like we all know how it went. But there's always some point in the story to where the protagonist or the hero has to meet some type of unforeseen obstacle. And the larger the obstacle, the larger the problem, the more glory the director gets. Because we know who the director is. He's not only the director, but he's the screenwriter. But he allows us to edit and make changes because remember, he sits outside of time. So once he has a finished work, it's still being finished. If you understand what I'm saying. And how we react to all these situations can now empower us to look at any circumstance and be like, oh, it's just my story warming up because I'm gearing up for a comeback. Now, let me go ahead and sprinkle a little bit of scripture on this so that we know. The word says, rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I say rejoice, for this is the will of God through Christ. What that means is you need to be celebrating and have gratitude no matter what, because your ending is far greater than your beginning. We got a director who puts our lives together and puts them in such a manner to where he's going to get the glory at the end. So we have to overcome. And we know that Romans 8 brings it heavily, man. We're more than conquerors. I love the part where it says neither life, nor death, nor principality, nor angel, nor it. Nothing can separate us from the love of our Father in heaven. So if we have this, then I don't care if you're getting threatened with liens, foreclosures, defaults, loss of property, loss of family, no matter what it is, you always have the option to look at it through your story lens. Step back and look at yourself in third person and say, if it was always all good, why would I continue watching my story? Why would my testimony even need to be told? And the reason why this is powerful is because we're constantly being put in position in front of people who don't have this skill yet. And it's wonderful, man. And I know I can go. I've already been going, but I'm grateful for that awareness. And I'm grateful that I know how to teach that now through a framework. That's what I'm most grateful for. This presentation that I have coming up towards the beginning of October is going to be unleashed in there, man. And I'm grateful for that because, as you guys know, I'm in the midst of my final month of federal employment, federal funding. And then after that, everything gets cut off. Do I have a worry? Not one in the world. Do I have a peace? I can't understand it. But I know where my trust is, and I know who's been driving this thing since I left the federal government. He ain't failed me yet, and he ain't gonna fail me going forward, man. So, period, man. Period.
Man, you should drop the mic after that. I'm just saying. Like,
yeah. I'm still lost in the story of the movie and the director. I'm over here just like painting pictures in my head, and that was powerful, bro. That was powerful.
Yeah,
wonderful. And how he wrote in there the whole event in Tampa Bay, and 4 people just descended from 4 areas. Like he wrote all that up. He wrote all that up before we got here, bro.
Come on now.
And when people talk about the Bible, I was having a conversation. I was like, and they were talking about. I was like, well, how do stories apply to me? I was like, you a believer, right? It was like, yeah. I was like, the Bible is a book that's a collection of stories. Am I lying?
Simple.
All the characters that we read about, everybody, all the quotations and saying, these are stories. These are actual accounts of things that happen, and they're told in a miraculous way. Your life is the same. And until you start to view it like that, instead of woe is me, ain't nothing gonna get right, I don't think I can't. Eventually, you're going to have the change, and you're gonna see it, man. It's gonna be powerful.
Greg, I'm gonna need you to pass Brad the robe that he took from me. I think he earned it.
Yeah.
Hey, man,
That needs to be our motto. We're just gonna pass the robe on whoever.
hey, I like that. I like that,
owns
bro.
it that night is theirs.
Pass the road. I remember the movie The Count of Monte Cristo. I don't know if you guys saw it. It's pretty old right now, but it was the two main characters were Fernand and I can't remember the main guy's name, but they were best friends at the beginning of the movie. And every time they had a good moment in life, they had a king piece from a chessboard, and they would pass it to one another. And they say, "King, you're king of the moment, so kings to you." And they would pass it, similar to like give them the robes. So I like that.
Man, that's good.
I like that, Rob. That's good.
Got to bring that back.
Yeah,
we do. But now we're gonna bump into a little bit of leisure and levity with this cartoon bracket that we got set up, man. That Rod wonderfully put together. Hey, John, I know you weren't here the first time when we started talking about this, man. Rod, can you make this a little bit bigger, or how is it? There we go. You know, I took my glasses off trying to be cool.
I see what's going on here.
So I mean, naturally looking at the first bracket, we know what we're going to choose to win, I believe. But this is the criteria, and this is what we were thinking about prior. The first is entertainment value. Like if you watched it, you were entertained maybe by the characters and so forth. That's a metric. The second metric is, did you learn anything from it? And the third metric is relatability to now. Relatability to your life now. Is there anything that you can take from any one of these cartoons and be like, you know what? I can apply that today. I am this, or I'm doing this because of what I saw, what I witnessed there. So what do you guys think?
I like that.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right, so Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Ghostbusters. And those who are watching this, we definitely want your input too. We want to get a little bit of your thoughts. Males and females, let us know what you watch, what you got out of it. And you will effectively be playing a portion or a piece in what's going to move on to the next bracket. So please be engaged and please, get involved. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Ghostbusters. Be honest. Ninja Turtles took everything by storm. Burger King was selling turtle burgers. I mean,
I forgot about that. That's true.
Am I right?
It was groundbreaking, bro. Like, I mean, you think about it, like nothing prior to then had a set of characters that worked together, but they all had their own personalities. They were cool, they were funny. I mean, I feel like it was some rap involved in them too. So I mean, like, it was a groundbreaking TV show, period.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. It was hip hop-ish. I know what you're saying. It was like urban.
Right.
So there wasn't a lot of things that were urban. And the interesting part for me was that each one of their disciplines were their deficiencies, and they kind of tailored that into, like, they wove that into the cartoon itself. You know what I'm saying? So if you needed to be patient, it was one character. If you were, I think how did it go? We were talking about this the other day, Brad. Do you remember? It was like,
it was a leader, it was an intelligent guy, it was a funny guy,
and it was a loner,
sarcastic guy,
and it was a sarcastic.
Yeah, but each weapon that they had correspond. It was like the contrary to what they were. So yeah. So for me, it was very I don't know. It was just engaging the way the dynamics worked and how they had a rat essentially as as their master, as their teacher. It was just interesting.
And the rat had learned from watching his master back in Japan. Don't ask me
Yeah.
why I remember that, but I do.
The rat was
He
so
did.
wise.
He did. He was wise. He was wise. It was interesting. It was interesting for me. Definitely I would go with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles all day.
I have to do it a little justice and talk about Ghostbusters for a second. I mean,
Okay.
it was a good cartoon, right?
Mhm.
And it came from the movie, if I'm not mistaken. Like the movie didn't come from the cartoon.
No, yeah.
And so they were able to do a lot more because of the
Mhm.
animation than what they
Yeah.
were able to do in the film. However,
Mhm.
when you pit it up against Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you don't really stand a chance, buddy. I'm sorry.
Come on.
You
Come
know.
on.
Hey,
All I
yeah.
learned from Ghostbusters was I ain't afraid of no ghost.
I was just gonna say that.
And that was just the song. That wasn't even like
The song was the best part of the
Right.
joint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
something's wrong
Well, the song
in
in
your
the car.
neighborhood,
Now we could go a little
Oh.
deeper and say that in essence, Ghostbusters was a battle against spirits and
Yeah.
demons and things like that. So it's kind of like the war against that. Sure, maybe. But when you look at it as a cartoon, it didn't give that impact. There weren't any real learnings in comparison to TMNT.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was just entertainment value. So
Mhm.
the song was the best. The car, I'd say they had I don't know. As far as looks, like I like them classic cars. I just
I'm
think
with
if
you.
they would have had switches on that Ecto, whatever it's called.
Hey, but did the turtle van have swag? The turtle van,
Man, the
was
turtle
swagged out,
van
man.
was. I'm
Bitch.
saying, I'm just giving props to Ghostbusters right now because we've taken them out. Like it was decided before we even put this together. We
Right.
already
For
knew we
real.
were gonna choose Ninja Turtles, but we got to give them some props because
That's true.
that was the reason I used to see ghosts when I was younger. So that was the reason I wasn't afraid anymore. So
Okay.
yeah, that's. But
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles, man, like y'all said, there was the personalities, there was the different weapons, there was so many layers to it, and then, Vanilla Ice with Ice Ice Baby.
Oh yeah.
That, or no, what was it? Go Ninja Go. That
Go
was
Ninja Go.
Yeah,
Go
the
Ninja
little
Go.
that was the urban part of it,
Mhm.
and plus they were from
Mhm.
New York, right? Like
Mhm.
then you got April. April was
And they ate pizza all the time. And I love pizza as a kid.
that-
I was always like,
Who doesn't?
that.
pizza looks
We had
so
pizza
cute.
parties. After the movie came out, we came and had a pizza party.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Me
This is
and
probably
me
why
and
we
Brad, we heading there. Like we almost there. I'm just saying.
Okay. Y'all on y'all way. I'm still hanging in there with Greg,
Yeah.
Greg got us all beat, man. He gonna be the naughty dread at age 80. Watch.
That's right.
All right, what we got next?
This next one, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and cast my vote right now because O Prime is probably my favorite animated character of all time, and the reason why is because he was one of the first leaders. First of all, I love Peter Cullen as his voice. He is a great inspiration to me as a voice actor. Him, James Earl Jones, and maybe like 2 to 3 other people, but Peter Cullen as Optimus Prime. He always had that commanding leadership. It was a very authoritative voice. Every time he spoke, I was like, Autobots, line up. I'm lining up. I ain't even no car. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, and I always admired the fact that he would always be on the front lines. There are a lot of leaders who like to sit back and delegate, and which, something that a leader does. But then you have the option to lead by example. And he was always first in the flames, and he was the last resort. So I would often look at him like, yo, which is your favorite Autobot or Decepticon or whatever? I was like, it's O Prime every time, baby. That's where I am. Yeah. Entertainment, of course. Decepticons, Energon cubes, lasers turning into airplanes and cars. I mean, come on, man. Come on.
That's a tough bargain, man. I mean, Animaniacs was really unique. It was new. It was dope. It was funny. They didn't really like copy from anything else, even though it was similar to like a Looney Tunes. It was like Looney Tunes of the 80s because Looney Tunes came out
way back.
Yeah.
Oh, Rob, your voice went out. Your mic went out.
I touched the mic. I said Transformers though. Ooh, it's hard I don't know, man. I'm torn. So I heard your vote, Brad. I'm torn. I'm gonna wait for everybody else to vote before I vote.
Well, before jumping, I do have to give, just like you said, it's not like I didn't watch anime. Animaniacs was a staple after coming home from school because that's right when it came on, like around 5 or 6 in the afternoon. When I came home, it was on. Got a good laugh before I started homework. So yeah.
I'll just tell you, for me, I never watched Animaniacs. Like flipping the channels, maybe, but no. Transformers all day, every day. like if you want to learn leadership skills, I'm with you. Transformers, like team and collective and unity. There was nothing else like it. I think that there's another cartoon within this whole thing that also for me is like nothing else like it, and it starts with a T as well. But Transformers all day.
Well, this is going to be awkward, guys. But
Come on, Greg.
I'm Michelangelo, and I'm the goofy one. So I didn't even know Transformers was a cartoon until later on. I remember seeing I thought it was cool, like when people had the toys, and I thought the song was cool, but Animaniacs was my thing because they were goofy. It was all over the place. It was ADHD to the max, zany to the max. And the song, it's just catchy, but it just spoke to who I am as a goofball. So
real quick, that's a point I want to bring up. Like, we gotta give the songs a piece of this vote some kind of way, because as a kid, the song will draw you in, even if you're not even paying attention. You hear it in the background. Oh crap! Everything stops. I'm going to watch this.
Yep.
So I don't know.
You know what? We're talking about something completely different, but just to go on that point of the song. So I heard a song the other day because a family member sent it to me and said, "Do you remember this?" They didn't send me a picture of the show. They sent me the song. Okay. And the song was, oh my God, I just had it. Hold on.
Just sing it, bro.
I can do anything.
Yeah.
Reading Rainbow.
You're reading Rainbow. He sent me the song. I'm like, wait a minute, I remember that, reading Rainbow. So definitely the song got to play a piece in it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a very good point.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Animaniacs for entertainment purposes, and that's what it was. It was de-stressing after being programmed in the training camps that they put us through called school.
Oh gosh.
But Transformers, like I agree with the leadership thing. I've never really watched it, but I watched the movie, and I'll have to agree, like the leadership aspect, it's cool to teach children about leadership and unity at that young age. Instead, like I think Animaniacs is where like all the SpongeBob's and Ed and Eddie and all the like goofy no value stuff stemmed from. So I don't know, man.
We love you for it.
I want to keep that in there as undecided, and we can let be a tiebreaker.
It's a tiebreaker moment. Yep.
But I will say this: I learned what the word mortified mean because of Brain, Pinky and the Brain. He would always say, "I am mortified." He would always say that whenever, because Brain was very intellectual and always had a plan to take over the world, but Pinky was a goofball all the time, and they were fair. Yeah, it was a pair, man. So that's a good one.
All right, so y'all that are watching this, you got to break the tie.
Got to.
Okay, I got it in red, so we good.
What we got next, Ryan?
We got X-Men and G.I. Joe. What a combination here.
It's hard.
For me, I'm gonna say this is not even fair because G.I. Joe was like, there was nothing like it when it came out, and before X-Men had the opportunity to like come out at a later time when the animation was a little bit better, a little sharper, and honestly, the men are just cooler on X-Men because it's so many characters and different,
Mutants.
things like that. So that's a tough one, man. But G.I. Joe, to your point, what was that slogan you said they used, Brad?
And knowing is half the battle.
Knowing is half the battle.
Knowing is half
Like
the battle.
Snake, man, like those little people, man, it was some classic characters.
I feel like, and tell me if I'm wrong, G.I. Joe paved the way for X-Men animation. X-Men has the background of comic books. We know that. So they go back, they go way, way back. G.I. Joe is old too, but it came out on TV first, animated. And then, you almost had the classification of the GIs being, kind of like America, and then Cobra is just like all the enemies of the world, like all the terrorists, whatever. They came together because that's really what it was. It was GI Joe versus Cobra, and but each of those, operatives, I would say, or soldiers, they had specialties. And some were good in espionage and spying, other was like demolitions and so forth. So you had kind of like those specialties, just like X-Men had, everybody had specific powers. But I think one thing that I drew from both of them to this day is you always have a particular skill set that is unique to you, like nobody else's. Perfect it. That's how I apply it today, and be the best at it, because nobody else is gonna, like Rod, branding strategist. That's his superpower. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody else that's going to be able to brand strategize like Rod.
Right.
Just like they ain't gonna be no other Wolverine with claws and healing factor. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. And then, like G.I. Joe, you have people who have specialties and so forth. Not to mention, what was my man, Snake Eyes and White Shadow. Snake Eyes and White Shadow, probably the two baddest dudes, because they was both ninjas. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, those types of elements that you have to bring into the collective, again, team, it needed those pieces to be as high functioning as it was. That's how I bring it into today. But if we talking about entertainment value, I want to say X-Men, but G.I. Joe, I did watch G.I. Joe too, dog. I can't. This is a tough one. This is a good matchup right here.
I played with G.I. Joe more than I watched the show. And I don't, to be fair, like X-Men didn't really have a song that I can remember, but G.I. Joe was there. G.I. Joe, American hero. Like, that's on his hero.
American hero, yeah. You got the word American in there.
When I hear that little G.I. Joe, I'm like, yo, I got to stop what I'm doing and go check it out. So I'm torn yet again, but if I had to pick one, I'm going to have to go with X-Men, because it was just, you can't compete with Magneto and Professor X. I mean, even as a kid, not knowing the connection with Malcolm X and Martin and how that tied in, like, it was special and you knew it. There's nothing like X-Men. Even with Marvel and DC, it's just like you knew this is different. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go with X-Men for my vote.
Yeah. Definitely both were impactful for their time, right? The same as Rod, I played with the little G.I. Joe little figurine joint, and it was different at the time. I still am a fan of X-Men. My vote would go with X-Men. There's too much there. There's too much meat and potatoes when it comes to X-Men. There's so much there, so, and it's still to today will bring you value if you really just pay attention. You pay attention. They saying a lot, so, but yeah. Not to mention that in the movie, Halle Berry plays Storm. I'm just saying, like,
we had to remember. Now, as much as I love me some Halle Berry, Angela Bassett would have made a better Storm. Everybody knows it. Angela Bassett would have destroyed that.
You know what? I ain't mad at you. Angela Bassett is Storm.
Nah.
Come on, Rod, you know.
Halle Berry.
Come on, Rod. Come on, Rod. Right?
She's a great actress. Both of them are great actresses. I'm just saying, like, when it comes down to playing Storm, I don't know if I would want to be caught in a hurricane by Angela Bassett. You know, I would run through the tornado. You know, I would reach out for the lightning. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
But if Holly making the whirlwind, you all up in there. Just like take me away. Just take me.
I plead the fifth. I'm specifically speaking hypothetically.
Come on,
hypothetically.
Yeah, how do you follow that, bro?
Come on now, come on.
Now I'll say this. I don't remember the theme songs to either one. I don't remember watching either cartoon growing up because I was glued to TMNT and other things. But I also grew up in France. So the American Hero thing didn't hit me like it hit y'all. There was not that American programming going in me. The other thing, like y'all, I played with the G.I. Joes. And I don't know about you, but X-Men's arms move like this, and you couldn't really do much.
Yeah.
But G.I. Joe had that dexterity in the grip. You could make him do everything. And so like I had a couple G.I. Joes I found somewhere or stole. I don't remember. But they played well with Ninja Turtles, and it played into my little imaginary world that I built. And so I would have to go with G.I. Joe because of the way it helped shape me and my creativity. But X-Men, like you said, there's so much meat and potatoes. This is a tough one for me. I mean, I've watched more, stuff with X-Men since growing up, and like the messages are there. There's a bigger conflict, and it's still around. I don't remember the last time I heard of anything G.I. Joe. So I'm gonna have to go with X-Men.
G.I. Joe got a movie coming out, I believe, if they haven't already done it.
They have two. Two of them. They have. Yeah, they got two movies out. The Rock was in one. I think was in both of them. He's definitely in one of them.
Wow.
But yeah, they got some movies out.
They did a segue in one of the movies. Which one was it? Where at the end they came out and they said that they were a part of the G.I. Joe. Man, what was that movie? It was like,
I know what you're talking about.
Right? Where at the end he goes into the office, they're gonna give him a job. Oh, I think it was one of the Transformer movies, wasn't it? At the end of the movie.
They might have had that crossover because those two came out around about the same time. You might be right.
Yeah. But yeah, the last one came out in 2025, so it was recent. That was the one with The Rock. But okay, so just to recap, I voted X-Men. What did you say, John?
X-Men.
And then Greg, what did you say?
I said X-Men.
Well, I mean, likewise, man. Likewise.
G.I. Joe for the figurines, but X-Men for the overall value.
Unanimous. Wow.
Okay. Our last one for the night before we jump into the other one. This one right here, I've been waiting on this last bracket.
I wonder why.
Because I'm telling you right now, it goes down in Duckburg. It goes down in Duckburg. Yeah. And there's something Greg just said. There's something Greg just said that I want to harp on, especially for those who are watching. There's something that we lose transitioning into adulthood that really saps our imagination. Reality can come in and hit so hard that there's just no more time for imagination. And just like what Greg said, having the Turtles and the G.I. Joes and making a scene or an environment for both of them to have an imagination for that's something that people haven't even, that's not even publicized. It's not on TV. There's never been a crossover that. But in Greg's private youth, he did that. And we all did that to some degree.
Yeah.
And that element of imagination is the bedrock of creativity. And it can be used in so many aspects of our life so that every day doesn't feel monotonous. It doesn't feel like regular. And all we're doing is working for the weekend. And thank God it's Friday. And now we're doing the same cycle over and over. We've lost the creativity. We've lost the imagination. But we retained it as children. And that's one of the things I want those watching especially to think about as we have this conversation. Because if it weren't for DuckTales and Scrooge, who really was like when I saw him jump into that whole tank full of money, that the money joint where he was swimming through the gold, I was like, man, one day I want to have a walk with that. much
Yep.
going on. He
Think
had
about the
presents.
psychological side of what you just said, bro. As kids, we're wanting to be able to swim in gold coins like Scrooge McDuck.
Come on.
Like, bro, that's man. We don't even need to vote on this. I'm sorry. Spider-Man is like, he's great in
Great.
film.
What did he say? Great power comes great responsibility.
That was it. And that was it.
Yeah.
That was it. Everything else was somewhat entertaining. But DuckTales?
Oh no, bro! Every category you mentioned, and even the one I added, like there's no comparison to Spider-Man. Like every day they're out there making
DuckTales.
Woo!
what?
Come on, baby. Come on.
I used to
It's
know all
like
that.
a hurricane. Yeah.
I'm trying to like be sympathetic for Spider-Man. Like, yo, what could he have been better matched up against? It's kind of like I ain't gonna say David versus Goliath because we know how that turned out, but it's just like it can't compare. It can't compare to DuckTales, dog.
No.
I tried to kind of do the bracket a little bit like Sweet 16 type, where you got the top seed and and DuckTales and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for me was like that. So I tried to pit them up against ones that we know are more like not quite ready for that league.
Yeah.
That way we're not competing giants against giants in the first round.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
So that's why Spider-Man ended up in his own web. You know what I mean?
Literally.
Oh, what a web we weave.
Oh, what a web we weave, man.
I thought you was speaking French. Look at that.
Oh,
Oh,
wait.
we weave.
Oh, what a web we weave.
we weave. Greg, you gotta hit us with the French laugh. That, ho, 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 ho.
Oh, mon chéri.
There we go, baby.
Greg got that voice. Go ahead, Greg.
There you got it.
Alors,
You got
DuckTales. I got to say the DuckTales. Look, you see the Family Guy interpretation where they were like, if in reality, if he jumped into the gold and like Peter jumps, breaks every bone in his body, it's like, it's not like the cartoons.
I like the cartoons, dog.
All right. So look, we got our first 3 that have qualified.
Yeah.
And we got a tiebreaker that we are awaiting results on.
Yeah.
Well,
We got a whole nother bracket.
I personally think we need to just do this next week and each week until we get to the championship. Yeah, because we got 16 total to go through.
Yeah.
You want to preview the other 8 right quick?
Yeah, let's do. We can do a preview before we transition, so the audience can see what we got.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
I already saw my winners.
Oh boy.
Yep. Oh, yep. I already know. We could do it right now. Oh man. Whew.
That last bracket is like Canelo Crawford.
Yeah. It's gonna get close, man. But honestly, I can't wait to see like what happens when we pit the previous winners up against these as they get closer and narrower. You know what I mean?
That's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be interesting.
What if you had to pick one matchup in this that you're looking forward to the next time around? Which one is it?
Oh man.
From top to bottom, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I would say 1, and that's gonna be a hard one.
It's gonna be a hard one.
Yeah.
The restaurant that I'm looking at, yeah, there's one. Do we call it out now?
Yeah. Which one are you looking forward to?
The Power Rangers Captain Planet one is.
I was saying Batman and Darkwing Duck. I mean, they're basically the same thing, just different. Same thing, different.
They're in the same vein.
Yeah.
It's the serious kid and the not so serious kid,
right?
That both like this type of show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You already know where I'm voting.
Right.
I don't know. I gotta vote for every single one of these. Like off rip. I already know. So for me, like, there's no competition with the one that I'm not choosing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe the most difficult one would be number 3. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thundercats and Sonic.
Honestly, for me, that's the easiest one.
Oof, I already know which one you picking. That's
Yeah,
fine.
exactly. And that's my point. Like, come on.
I've already worn the shirt here. I'm gonna wear it next time. Oh yeah.
Come on now.
All right, so we're all
Come
talking about
on
Sonic,
now.
right?
Oh, this guy, bro. Really?
That was good. That was good, Greg.
Greg literally just bumped into one of those things
Listen.
and lost all his coins.
That was so annoying. That was the most annoying thing, dog.
It was one of the best video games, though.
Yeah.
You can't even, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Rod, second idea for a bracket: video games, dog.
Yeah.
We're in the same wavelength.
We already
As soon as
there.
he said it,
Because Mario
rang a
versus
bell.
Sonic. Mario versus Sonic.
but here's the thing, though. We already said we were gonna do that before we even did this.
Mhm.
So we just gotta pick the categories and lay them out.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
And we want some feedback too from the audience watching, man. It's good stuff from the 80s and 90s.
But listen, man, hold on. Let me just pause for a second because I don't think y'all understand. This is a public service announcement. God is in the building making things happen as we speak. And Greg said we needed to do this live like 30 minutes ago. And the writing is on the wall. Can you imagine doing this live?
Man.
We're getting feedback from the audience as we're going.
Yeah.
man.
What?
Yeah.
Bro, this is it.
It's settled for the next one. I surely will be set up for live. I surely will.
And we gotta tell all of our 80s babies friends.
Period.
We're gonna use this as marketing material to lead into the next live. We did this one private, but we got the bracket up. The next one that we do, we're gonna continue forward with more topics, more brackets, and so forth. But now we've come to, the expansive type of the meeting. What do each of us have going on right now that's like the key thing that we're focusing on? We've seen the accomplishments. I've seen the accomplishments from Rod having the recent branding intensive that went phenomenally well. Greg is doing his thing with the release of the book, and John is steady coming through with the coaching and what he has going on, especially in solo, what he has privately. And myself, I definitely have an event coming up at the beginning of October, the Storyteller's Edge workshop, and teaching people the ability to use their own story and kind of like craft it into a narrative to help them be motivated and more confident going forward in life, man. In all of this, in each and every one of these things, we sprinkle the gratitude. So I just want to hear about our wins real quick from a first person perspective. Rod, how did the event go? Like, what was the biggest, takeaway feedback? I know which based on what we talked about, but I'm gonna let it come from your own self.
Yeah, man. Honestly, it was so many wins. It's hard to pinpoint one, but I would say the biggest win for me was that each of my clients were locked in the entire time and they gained so much. They were asking questions, writing notes for days. They loved all of the speakers, all of the content. And at the end, they were still talking. I had packed everything up, cleaned up. Everybody was gone. The clients were still standing there talking and connecting and going over what happened throughout the day. So for me, that's the biggest win, knowing that I delivered on what I said I was going to deliver on, and they fell in love with it. So, yeah, man, I could talk all day about wins, but that's the summation of what transpired. But one thing I will say is, and this will be the end of my talking piece, it sparked so much more in me. I think I'm about to start doing brand audits live. So I'm gonna get some people to agree. I'm gonna pull their stuff up and we're gonna walk through it live.
Yes.
For the internet to see, helping them out, correcting their stuff, etc.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the forte of what's going into what I'm offering. I want to make sure I help people, give them what they need, and allow other people to see it. Go, oh man, I never thought about that, or whatever it might be. So I did some of that in the room. You know what I mean? And the people were like, wow, okay. So seeing those wow moments, it just does something to you. And I'm pretty sure you guys have had some, and you're gonna continue to have them with your people. That's what gives me fuel.
That's good.
That's awesome, Rod. One of the takeaways from everything you said is the fact that you created a safe space for social networking, and that's not easy to do because a lot of people come into something, they get what they want, and they're out. in this case, you fostered something so grand, so good, so welcoming, so inviting. It just people wanted more. So that's awesome, man. Congratulations, definitely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for real. I was just thinking about this the other day. Man, I should start auditing people's brands, their businesses. Like just thinking about that, having a chat with GPT about it. And so when you said you were doing that, I'm like, of course. Maybe I'm a brand strategist too, and I just don't know how to call it that. So the wins. The book launch is cool, right? I think my biggest win, and this is just going to be contrarian, maybe unconventional, is learning a lot of what not to do. Right? Because at the end, and I'm backwards, I'm a rebel. Like, I just, I draw like when I drew things backwards. I've always been backwards. I don't know how to fix it. Right? And so instead of fighting with that, let me just embrace the fact that I'm backwards and I learn things by learning everything not to do, learning about the 30,000 foot view of how things operate. And then when it all comes to the end, I know that the only thing left is what works. So I've learned a lot of things about like what not to do in the book launch so that the next book will be so much easier. Because when you're an author, you're an author. I'm not just going to write one book and give up.
Right.
I got a lot of books in me.
Let's go.
So, Greater University starting tomorrow or tonight. Yeah. After this, I launched my school group thanks to suggestion from Rod and a couple other people to build a community somewhere other than a Facebook group. Cause that group is dead. And I want you said it's not easy to create a safe space. And I would have to argue that for me, it is. And someone sent me a video earlier, says, when you're the one, you don't know it, right? You have a gift and it comes naturally to you. And it's hard for you to see your gift, but everyone else sees it but you. I've been able to create safe spaces wherever I go because I'm a big softy and I get in my heart and I let people know that I care. But that's my gift. So if you need a safe space, bring me. I will make it safe.
Okay. Greg, I would just like to point out that I told you to move away from Facebook months ago. I just want to make that clear.
I said I was backwards, right?
Duly noted. Noted.
Making sure that was
Rod
clear.
said it. Rod said it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Took you long enough is basically what he just said.
Yeah, pretty much.
That was just as bad of a smack as like I told you so. But it's okay. I could take the hit.
It's all good. You had to do what you had to do when you had to do it.
Absolutely, man.
Absolutely.
Just gotta listen sooner.
So the whole thing about creating a safe space, those that understand vulnerability are able to do that. For example, my gift that I feel that I've been given is simply to allow myself, similarly to what you said, Greg, is I allow myself to be vulnerable and without exception. It doesn't matter if it's with an enemy, if you have that. I personally stay away from that. But if regardless of who the person is and the interaction is, it's never transactional. It's always relational. For me, it's I am vulnerable. I am transparent. You're going to get what I have here. And this is going to allow you to understand that you can disarm yourself. I don't have to disarm you. And then I just help you. And that's it. Right. But it's taken me a long time to get to a level of understanding that, one, that's my gift. And two, in order for me to really receive the blessings that our Father has for me, I have to be obedient to that gift. Because I was reluctant for a long time. Because I didn't like being the punching bag. I didn't like being the one that had to go through all the stuff. Right? But that's the only way you resonate with other people, because the people that are relating to you are the ones that are going through what you went through. So now there's a conversation, right?
Yeah.
So not everybody has that.
Right.
Fortunately, I see this, and I saw this from the first day one, from the first day, all four of us have that thing. We're able to literally just have a conversation, right? One of the things that I teach is life is a collection of conversations, those that you've had, those that you choose not to have, and those that are coming, those that you will have. That is your life as a whole. So in order for us to be able to say, well, how do I add value? Well, what is value? Well, what's your level of conversation? It's different, right? It's different.
Wow.
So for me, when it comes to blessings or things that right, those wins, let me tell you something. I've gone through the trenches, as we all have. I'm no special. I'm no different, right? But from an early age, I was able to learn certain skill sets, certain skills, right? I had the mindset, and I was open to learning these things, and specifically construction, right? So in that trade as a whole. And I was, for the last, I don't know, I want to say about 10 years, close to 10 years, I said, you know what? I'm done. My body's beat up, my back, my neck, my knees, like I can't do the things that I used to do. And then something happened, right? I lost everything. And we had this conversation before. You guys know my story. I lost everything. I had to start from scratch. But I still, in my mind, said, you know what? I'm going to do it from an owner's perspective or level. Like, I'm not going to go to work. Are you with me? And then God said, hey, just remember that I taught you these things, and I put you through this, learning, so that you can lace up your boots one day. And again, obedience. So my win is the fact that I was able to hear him and be moved by spirit and say, hey, you know what? It's time for me to lace up my boots. Because since I've done that, everything opened. Everything started, right? So I do, and you guys, I know that I've spoken about it quickly, but before, but the point is, I have, my own niche business. Brad, Rod, and Brad and Greg, I think we've spoken about it also offline. But I have my solar business, which is divided into two sections right now. And then I have a remodeling business that I'm doing. Well, that's the one that I ended up having to lace up my boots and grab my backpack and start and go to work and be in the trenches again, right? And then all of a sudden, God said, oh, you're being obedient? Good. Here you go. Here you go. Here's some more. Here's some more. Oh, keep going. And I'm like, but I can't do all of this. And he's like, please, you've done more. Okay, here you go. Here you go. And I'm like, okay. I sent Brad messages in the morning. I'm like, are we awake? Well, what's going on? What we doing? I'm so excited. Why? Because I can see it when I didn't see it, but I'm aware of it. That's why I talked about awareness from the beginning, just looping everything back around. So again, being able to have the sight and being in this moment and being able to share it with you guys, it's so fulfilling to me to be able to just lace up my boots and go back, and it's okay. I'm like, wow, that's a win. That's a
Period.
win. Sorry.
You said some good points in there, bro.
Yeah.
Not to keep it cliche, man, but for me, the greatest win is this meeting occurring. There are always challenges and competing thoughts for whether or not value or impact is being given on your part. And sometimes we wrestle because we don't see it initially, kind of alluding like to what John said to putting on your backpack and actually getting into it and wondering if this is going to work. But yet and still, when you are obedient, what does God do? Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. and he expects it to overwhelm you so that you have to keep returning to him for the direction on how to keep handling it. That's what's currently transpiring for me right now, not only with this brotherhood, this group, but for other areas of my life as well. And it's been profound because I'm finally got to the point to where instead of trying to figure everything out without him, now I'm readily just in the state of surrender. Like, okay, what we doing today? How are we doing it? And having that mindset, that subtle shift in my perspective, has allowed me immeasurable peace and opportunity for gratitude in a time where I know a former version of myself would be falling to pieces.
Yeah.
And that right there, that mental shift is a win. Something that me and John talked about yesterday. The hardest work that a man will ever do is the disciplining of his mind. There is no physical work on this planet that is that hard. You want to know why? Because the mind is operating 24/7, 365. And the only time it gets a chance to rest is while you're sleeping. And you can even have it work for you while you sleep if you know how to prep it before you go to bed. So the disciplining and the working of the mind will allow you not only to have immeasurable opportunities and chances, but also to speed up and get ahead of the game quicker because your mindset is right. All the people that we listen to, all the books that we read, everybody that we read about with great success and how they got it, they had mental shifts. And I see that embraced in this group. So that's why the meeting of these four heads is of most importance. And every time we have an opportunity to get together, impact is made.
Every time.
Every time.
Man. Killing it. I love it. Spot on.
So at this time, I know we winding up down to the end. We have an opportunity now for if either of us has an area where we could use some assistance, we can be vulnerable in talking about it right now. I'll go first in the area of mine. As you know, I'm forming together this event at the beginning of October. I have marketing materials together. I have videos recorded that are talking about it with the ask and where I'm posting I guess my materials on various sites. I'm aiming towards LinkedIn because I'm probably the least active there. Of course, with Facebook and Instagram linked together, I'm advertising there as well, but more so on LinkedIn because my primary or my target audience are those who are in positions of leadership, those who have people who are, whether they be in a corporate field or the private sector, it doesn't matter. So that's kind of like where I am. And I would continue or love to send you guys some of what I have just for your critique to see how it looks. Now, if it's Rob, I'm probably talking to you the most. That whole brand audit thing, that's why I raised my hand. Because I've been getting a lot of traction with some of the posts that I've been making that I'm thinking ain't that big. But just like you said, I got a post that from the last podcast I did that peaked, that got over 1,000 views on a reel for YouTube. YouTube sent me the message and said, you're posting more quality content. We're going to show you to more audiences. I took a big screenshot of that. I was like, I ain't never seen this before. This is a milestone. When they sent me that, I was like, that platinum plaque gonna be right here. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I'm getting there, but
I'm on my way.
Those are the wins, man.
Yeah.
Those are the wins, man. And I'm happy for this group because if it weren't for the motivation and key things that each one of you have said, it wouldn't be this much success. I'm telling you. So yeah,
Let's do it, bro. I'll put your name on the list. I'll make it. Like I literally thought of it today. So this is the first time I was saying it out loud, so we can make it happen.
Good stuff.
To jump right in, I would just ask for prayer. I'm in a season now with my wife where like there are moments where we're just still working through a few little kinks, and there are times, bro, where it's just like it's a season of trial to see if I'm fit for where he has me going, and the trial is sometimes it's confusing. I ain't gonna lie. Like there are times where I feel like I'm being tried in my dreams. It's like when I'm subconscious, what am I thinking and how am I moving? And will I do the right thing even there? You know what I mean? So I'm in a period now where it's like situations come up. And when it first happens, I'm like, I go into the old mind, the old me was just like, I just want to react to it. But then, like I said, I can pause and like, I don't know if you guys remember Doctor Strange, Marvel movie.
Yeah.
First one, where he's like, I don't just tell me how to get this. I just want to fix my hands so I can be a doctor. And he like challenges the master person or whatever. And she like hits him in the chest.
Yeah.
And he like comes out of his body.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm able to do that myself in those moments of trials where I could like literally just come out and I see myself and I go, oh no, oh, I see what this is. Now I'm about to react different. And I come right back in and I react differently. So keep me in your prayers as it relates to that. I don't think I'm being challenged to see if I'll fall. I'm being challenged to see if I'll stand up.
I love that.
Wow.
And so that's
Yeah.
my journey right now, and I'm happy to take it on because I feel like I'm prepped for it. Because where he's taking me and the people that are going to be connected, sky's the limit. So keep me in your thoughts and your prayers.
Absolutely.
Always. Astral projection.
Yeah.
That's what that's called.
Yeah.
Astral projection. So I work with that theory. So think of the person that already did everything that you know you will accomplish because you already accomplished it, and what your conversation is with that person. So yeah, definitely keep you in my prayers, and I will offer a conversation whenever you want, whenever you're ready.
Let's do it.
Like I know that overall, all three of you brothers are in a somewhat of a different realm, and it's the realm that I really do see myself more in, because the taboo little thing that I say is I do people. Sounds weird, but it's just I understand people. I work with people, right? Even though my business is very niche and very like, it's like almost a brick and mortar. Like I told Brad yesterday when we was talking, it's almost like a brick and mortar, with the exception I don't have an office, right? It's a construction business. However, the other side of everything that I do, the book writing and the journals and the working with people and coaching and all this stuff, the personal training stuff, like all of that is really where my passion is. So all of that is just to say, Rod, that I hear you. I went through a lot of things being married close to 20 years, and I can relate to a lot of things. So if you ever want to have a conversation.
No, I do. Here. We're going to link up for sure.
Yeah. Greg, what you got, man? Because I know you got that event coming up.
This is so
Come
good.
on.
Man, this has been so powerful. If I was to say anything I needed, it would be this tonight. To just being real. Like I never realized how much I need you guys until I'm here on this call with you. Prayer, a brand audit, a conversation with John, and to see y'all succeed. Like I just want to see us all get where we need to go, so that we can help other people get where they need to go. Because that's why we're here.
Period.
We're here to help others be greater. And on that note,
say it.
I encourage us all to be bold and courageous. The Bible reminds us of this so many times. Do everything that we do with passion. What do I mean by passion? I don't mean just like showing up like up here all the time. I mean showing up in here. And we'll have that life that we love. And when we have that life that we love, other people can have a life they love.
Yeah, robes are still with Greg. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
I don't know,
Absolutely.
man. I don't know, Brad. I don't know. John had a few moments too, but like you were killing it the whole night from the intro to the exit. So I don't know. I think you earned the rope tonight, man.
My vote. I second that. That.
What's crazy though? Glory to God, guys. What's crazy is I don't feel it, right? I don't feel it in like, when you're in the storm, you don't feel it. I'm speaking what I know to be true from this magnificent book that we all follow and believe in. And I think there's a lesson in there. When we're not trying, that's when it happens.
Yeah. Yeah. When you let go.
So can I give you guys one last little thing really quick?
Let's go.
Okay. There's two. You ready? Hold on 1 second.
Hold on. Let me get this robe off and get ready to pass it over.
No. But I encourage you guys to read this book.
Losing Control, Finding Serenity.
I love that title
Okay.
already.
Put that in the chat so I can make sure I pick it up.
Hey,
please,
put your
Who's the author?
affiliate link.
Say it audibly for those. It's Losing Control, Finding Serenity by who?
Daniel A. Miller.
Daniel A. Miller. Check that book out, especially if the title speaks to you like it speaks to all of us, I'm sure, right now. But this has been another profound episode of the GFB. We're going to be back again next week because we got a bracket to finish filling out. And we want to hear your feedback and your commentary, especially in this regard. Talk to us a little bit about what you enjoyed, what you didn't. We're going to take it all into consideration. And the main thing we want you to get from our conversation is the fact that unity and gratitude go a very, very long way. Again, I'm thankful to my brothers for stepping outside of their time so we can meet and collaborate like this. And until the next time we meet from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles themselves, Cowabunga, we're going to see you next time.
Yes, sir. I'll see you greater.